Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Dennis, for that introduction. The first thing I think, obviously, is to congratulate Voices from Oxford on the launch of Tea Talks this evening. Voices from Oxford, indeed led by Dennis Noble and Sung-Hee Kim, is based at Balliol, and of course there have been many interviews of scholars and leaders of opinion around the world interviewed by Voices from Oxford over the years. And this new initiative, building on the work we've done previously to try and bridge that east-west gap, focuses on young people, and as Dennis has said, on the desire, I think, of young people not to be bullied by the recent political moves either here or in the United States to cut themselves off from the rest of the world. So we're very much behind this project, and I'm sure Balliol will continue to support Voices from Oxford. Sung-Hee has asked me to talk about a personal example of bridging East and West. And you've already heard, really, what it's going to be. It's what next by looking into the past. An example, I hope, of how many in this audience, very much younger than me, should and can think in terms of having a global reach, even as some of our countries rather retreat into their shells. So we decided, the University of Liverpool at that point, and our co-founders in China, Xi'an Jiaotong University, decided to found a new university. Why did we decide to do that? Well, first of all, I think it was a challenge. It's a bit like the mountaineers say, it's there, you can do it, so you should give it a go. Challenges are good for confidence. It would, I think, be fair to say that at the time we started to do this, perhaps both universities were slightly lacking in confidence, the confidence that they'd once had in earlier times in their history. And so doing something new, doing something challenging is good for confidence. That doesn't mean it has to be something crazy. If you look at mountaineers casing a mountain, and many of you may have done it, they will sit for days with their binoculars at the bottom of the mountain trying to figure out the best way up, the way which gives them the best chance of success and minimizes danger and the chance of dangerous failure. So challenges, yes, but they have to be realistic. Another reason for doing things is because life changes. One of the things that interested us was the changes which were clearly going to happen in the overseas student market. And we in Liverpool wanted to be able to deliver our kind of education in China rather than incurring the huge costs for Chinese students who wanted that kind of education but could only get it at that point in the United Kingdom. But the general thing there is that you have to respond to change. Accepting challenges is good for the psyche, and you have to respond to change. What did we do that was different? Well, Xi'an Jiaotong and the University of Liverpool decided to set up a new university in China, a Chinese university, not a campus of a British university, not somewhere, as it were, which was simply hawking UK degrees because somehow or other they were better, in inverted commas, than those in China. That's not what we wanted to do. What we wanted to do was create a new union. It's actually in Chinese, it's called a strong relationship, where we took a strong Chinese university and a strong Russell Group UK university, put their two teaching methods together and see what actually comes out of it. So the third thing perhaps to remember then, challenge, change, and do it better. No point in just doing something the same as other people have done. Do it better. Why did we choose Suzhou, the ancient city 40 or 50 miles northwest of Shanghai? Why did we choose there to do it? Well, first of all, it's very beautiful. But secondly, it was in some sense already internationalized, because the Suzhou Business Park had been part founded by the Singaporean government in conjunction with the Chinese government, and already had some 50 or 60 of the Fortune 500 companies, the global companies, already based on that business park. So it was already an exciting international place to be. And we in Liverpool certainly wanted to send our students out to this university to experience Chinese culture, perhaps to work in internships in the companies which were already on this business site. That sense, I think, takes me to my next point, as it were. And that is, when you're doing something which is challenging, which is about change, which you want to do better, think of what the next steps will be. So it's not just about perhaps Chinese students maybe coming to Liverpool to do degrees. It's about something new. It's about sending Liverpool students to China to understand how a Chinese university works and how global companies function there. So have a little bit of an idea for the future, for the next steps. I'm not very keen on the word vision, I have to say. I prefer something a bit lower key. So next steps rather than vision. But you have to be thinking of what next. Was it successful? Well, I'm happy to say yes, I think it was. The university celebrated its 10th anniversary this summer, and it now has nearly 10,000 students. These students have themselves had a notably successful international life after they graduated from Xi'an Jiaotong Liverpool University. Some of them are here in Oxford. I'm not absolutely sure whether there are any of them in the audience. No hands up, so I doubt it. But some are here in Oxford. I was talking the other day to one of our mathematics fellows in Balliol College, and she said, I taught some graduate students from Suzhou when I was at the University of Edinburgh. They were terrific students. So something clearly has happened. And you must also, of course, perhaps my last take-home point, as it were, you must have some measure for what success would actually look like. And for me, at the University of Oxford, having graduate students from a brand new university that I helped set up, studying here at Oxford, is certainly a measure of success. So accept a challenge, accept that the world will change, do it better, have a view of the next step beyond the first one you're actually taking, and understand what success might look like. It's not, of course, it's not a common thing. It's not available, let's put it that way. It's not available to us all to found a brand new university. But everyone can have an idea, and everyone can act on these ideas. And given where we are in the world at the moment, shouldn't that idea be somewhere realized, somewhere outside of our comfort zone? It's a digital world. There's also the old-fashioned aeroplane. Your ideas can be executed anywhere. So why not? Why not? Thank you.